The Leafs lose their second preseason game, this time 4-3 to the Ottawa Senators in Ottawa. Now, people, just if you're freaking out, like I said at the start of the last video, just don't. It's preseason. Yeah, the Leafs are 0-2, but they can start the season 2-0, and it doesn't mean anything, the preseason. So, with preseason, as I mentioned in the last one, you got to take positives from it, all right? And what were some positives we saw from the game today? You know, I thought offensively the Leafs weren't terrible. Again, they gave up too many goals. Look, Michael Hutchison did not have a great game. 3 goals on 20 shots. Now, you can argue if the goals were his fault or whatnot, but nonetheless, 3 goals and 20 shots is just not very good. Now, the positives from today's game was that Auston Matthews looks like he's in mid-season form. First preseason game, and he's already sniping pucks and showing his unbelievable hand-eye coordination. The first goal on the power play was a short side, just absolute rip. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. Andreas Johnsson in front of the net had an unbelievable screen. You know, he got in front of the goaltender, and Matthews shot to the I guess if you're facing the net, it was to the right post. And Andreas Johnsson with an unbelievable screen. It beats the goalie and into the back of the net for Auston Matthews' first preseason goal of the year. Great job by him. His second goal was a little bit of a pinball machine. It ramped off William Nylander's stick, hit the chest of Auston Matthews, and then he bats it in out of midair. I mean, the kid is unbelievable. He just turned 22 years old. And people are saying, and I saw the video, the little hype video that had the little C on Matthews' chest. Now, is that meaning anything? Is it just to stir up stuff? I don't know. But it would not surprise me if he's the Leafs captain on opening night. I mean, he had 2 goals in his first game. Great to see. William Nylander drew a couple assists, obviously, on that first goal that he had, the one that Auston Matthews had. And he had the secondary assist on the first goal that Matthews had. So, you know, and Nick Shore scored the third goal, and I got to give credit for Nick Shore. You know, the puck was in like 3 different pairs of legs, and he finds a way to pick it out, and it was a quick release from Nick Shore as he beats Philip Gustafsson, making it a 4-3 game with under a minute to play in the third. Obviously, you know, under a minute to play in the third period, you just score a goal to make it a 1-goal game. I mean, hey, then you pull the goalie, and all heck breaks loose after that, usually, but you know what? Again, the Leafs have lost a couple games against Ottawa. Who cares? I mean, really. These games, the Leafs could go... I don't even know how many preseason games they even play. I'm going to try and find that out here for you guys. I don't even know. They start the year October the 2nd. So there's what? 2 against Ottawa, 2 against Buffalo, 2 against Montreal. And so there's a total of 8 games. The Leafs could go 0-8. It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. People say, well, it could mean that you're going to go into the season cold. It doesn't mean anything. Because what it does mean is on October the 2nd, on opening night against Ottawa at Scotiabank Arena, you're 0-0. Everybody's 0-0, and it doesn't matter. So yeah, have the Leafs lost a couple games, and have they looked great? No, I wouldn't say so. But have they looked terrible? I wouldn't say so. There's been some positives you can take from games like this. You know, I thought Cody Ceci looked pretty good today. I thought he looked real good. He had 4 shots on net. He ended up being a +3. And in his first preseason game with the Leafs, I didn't think he was all that bad. Now, like I said, it's preseason, so it really doesn't mean a whole lot. But for a guy that was scrutinized left and right in Ottawa, and basically everyone in Ottawa wanted him gone, the Leafs bring him over on a 1-year deal. And they're like, hey, here's your chance. Let's see what you can do. And I got to say, in his first preseason game, he didn't look that bad. Now, we also heard a little bit about Ben Harper, the big fella. He had 17 penalty minutes. I mean, the guy is, well, how big is this guy? I mean, he's what? 6'6", 220. He's a big man. I mean, the fact that he had 17 penalty minutes does not surprise me. But it was kind of funny. Pontus Aberg, I thought, was fantastic. I thought, yeah, he had 3 shots on net. I thought he was all over the ice there, and he looked really, really solid. And the guy that we haven't really seen a lot of, but you saw him today, Ilya Mikheyev. If you guys can let me know the right pronunciation of his name and give me the pronunciation in the comments, that'd be awesome. But I really want to know this guy's name because he was all over the ice. I was super impressed because we kept hearing this guy playing alongside Matthews and Nylander, and I'm like, how good is this guy? I mean, his numbers in the KHL were pretty good. He's 24 years old, if I'm not mistaken, or 23. 24 years old. So I'm like, that's not bad for a guy who's only 24, but now you're playing in the NHL. Are they going to throw him right with Auston Matthews, William Nylander? But that's what the talk was for the regular season. Now, tonight, or seeing last night's game, I kind of see why now. He's a gritty type of guy. He had 3 shots on net in the game. I thought he was really good. Again, all over the ice. It was really, really impressive. Now, again, you could have a really bad second game, and then that might go for wash. But you know what? In this game today, or last night, I thought he was really good. I really do. And, for the Leafs, yeah, it's not about a team performance. I hate to say it like that, but it's not like a team performance in preseason. It's all about seeing what the individuals are all about. Yeah, we know Auston Matthews is going to do his thing. Morgan Riley and William Nylander are going to do their thing, the big guys who had points in the game today, right, or last night. Nick Petan had an assist again. Andreas Johnsson and former Philadelphia Flyer Matt Reed had an assist. But then the other guys are other guys you want to have a look at. Those like Cody Ceci, the new Russian kid that I tried to pronounce his name but couldn't. Pontus Aberg was good. Those are the guys that you really want to have a look at. Those were guys brought over on one-year deals to have a look at them. And you know what? Is it going to be pretty all the time? No, it's not. But seeing these Leafs continue to develop and continue to grow and to see the guys that kind of surprise a little bit, it's nice. Tyler Ennis for the Leafs last year, and of course, Tyler Ennis scores a goal, and Connor Brown scores 2. That's the way, but it's preseason. Doesn't really matter. So, it really doesn't matter, so I don't care if they scored, but it's just weird that they all scored against the Leafs. Maybe I do care a little bit. But you know what? In the end, like I've said many times in this video, it does not matter. So I'm not going to dwell on it. All right? So the next game for the Leafs, the next preseason game, is on Friday at home. I'm assuming it's at Scotiabank Arena. It is against the Buffalo Sabres at 7 o'clock puck drop. Now, who are we going to see out there? If it's kind of the way they're going right now, we're going to see that Tavares Marner and Kapanen line again. You might see some other guys out there. I don't think you'll see Matthews line with the Tavares line, at least not yet. But again, Game 3 of the preseason goes at 7 o'clock on Friday. We're going to have to wait and see how this team plays and who impresses, who does not. All right, so guys, the preseason is not about wins and losses. You can go 8-0 in the preseason. The moment you lose a game to start the year, it's totally out the window. So going 0-8 doesn't mean anything. All right, so what I'm giving you guys a little bit of homework. It's not really homework, but I want to give you guys a little bit of something here. In the next game, I want you guys not really to focus on the score. I mean, yeah, if the Leafs win and they score a bunch of goals, great. But I want you to look at guys that you have not really seen before and zone in on them and see how they play. Like, for example, if you watched yesterday's game and you had a really, really, really big eye on Cody Ceci because he's the newest Leaf, you want to see what he's all about. The new Russian kid that we got. You haven't seen him, but you've heard a lot about him. You zone in on him. What is he all about? How does he do? And I want you guys to do that with the game on Friday. It keeps it interesting, right? It keeps you in the game. It doesn't really make you think about the result as much, right? And if they're going with the same lineup they did in Game 1, guys like Jordan Schmaltz, the newest addition, Tyson Barrie, newest addition, Jeremy Bracco is another one, a guy that I think should make the team. But you guys, if you really watch him on the game-to-game basis, you can really have a look and see what you think. Guys like Igor Korshkov, Jason Spezza, newest guys that could make the team. Maybe not Korshkov, but again, guys that you're interested in. Really zone in. And guys like Liljegren and Sandin, who we saw in the last game, last night. So it's going to be, preseason's a drag, I got to say. It sucks. Because you're going out there, you're watching a hockey game, and you're thinking to yourself, this means nothing. So it's really difficult. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed Auston Matthews there last night, because it was always fun watching him, especially when he scores a couple goals, even though it's preseason. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your guys' thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on who you thought was good. Anybody impressed you in the game last night? Anybody just say, yeah, that guy's awful. He really shouldn't make the team. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts were on last night's game for the Leafs, even though they lost 4-3. What were your thoughts on Michael Hutchison? And also, The other kid they brought in relief of Michael Hutchison is Brandon Halverson, and he faced 6 shots, made 6 saves. So any little thought you have on him, go ahead. Michael Hutchison, go ahead. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this Leaf team moving forward. And guys, Twitter is down below. Follow up, send me a DM, guys. Do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, very shortly. We'll talk about that crazy game they had last night. The big 9th inning to come back and win the ball game 11-10 over the Orioles. We'll talk about that very shortly. And as for these Toronto Maple Leafs, like we said, we'll talk to you guys on Friday night as the Leafs take on the Buffalo Sabres in Game 3 of the preseason. 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.